Credit to Kaitoucchi for the footage used in this video. Hello fans and newcomers to the channel. This is the third part to a three-part series about the Mega Man arcade game. So go watch the first two after this one. So, Neo Geo Pocket Color has Mega Man games on it, so it has the Mega Man Power Battles and Fighters on it, so I have to play it. Yeah, alright, let's start about the history. The console, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, was released only in Japan. And then the game was released in 2000. 4 years after the Power Fighters. So it was kind of pointless for the longest time. It was stuck on a handheld that never left Japan. There's no real reason, because Power Fighters in battle were consistently everywhere. You can get them in a PS2 bundle. You could get it on the collections until recently. We can for like a long time during the Mega Man drought, and then it wasn't included on the Legacy collections, the original arcade game. So recently, they were released for $2. The modern port of the demake is $8. So, and then, but in 2022, this really rare game that was finally put onto modern consoles, it was stuck in Japanese. Fans have translated it before. It's possible, but I guess Capcom was lazy and gave us an $8 untranslated game. Well, it's actually released in a pack of games, so it was just a single release another place. So I guess I can't blame them, but fans have been translating these games for years. Alright, now actually onto the game, because everything around the game is more interesting than the actual game itself. It's just fine. I don't really have a need for it, because the physics aren't that good. There's no hot swapping. So, I usually just pick the main arcade games. It's not like that's a diss or anything. It's just that this is so much more limited. I mean, there's no multiplayer. I mean, there is like a link cable support or whatever it was called. And, you know, that was just to trade high scores, which, who would do that? Like, I mean, I know people who might do that for, like, trading Pokemon or, you know, that stuff. Because that actually makes sense. But trading high scores? Like, who does that? Who? I want to see someone in the comments, like, show undeniable proof they did that. Because that would be so funny. And I'll give you a shout out if you do that. I will. Because that is so funny. Alright. And the only real thing is, this is just a novelty, really. Because there's no real point to it. I mean, at least with the Extreme games, specifically Extreme 2, they have new levels and all that stuff that makes it really fun. Same with other like gimmicks or remix or whatever, like Donkey Kong Country 3D, having all that stuff, and Xenoblade 3D. So there's no real reason to play this unless you really just only have the second collection of Neo Geo Pocket games and don't really want to spend $4 on the main games. To be my guest. It just doesn't make sense. But I can only find footage. This is so obscure. I can only find footage of like 7 minutes of power battles. I mean, and it's just like I can't find any more footage. I looked for it. I looked really hard. I just can't find the footage I need. That was more rantier than normal. To be honest, if I could mod it, I would have the English patch. I love ROM hacks. Right, God, it's going offhand. I'd rate this game a 5 out of 10. Pretty decent. Anyways, I'm gonna go play. Go play a different DMake right now. Praise it next episode.